Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In this video, we're going to talk about the allegation made by Yoruba Nation leader, Professor Akintoye, who said that herdsmen have killed over 29,000 Yoruba people, saying that it is time to separate the Yoruba Nation from Nigeria. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And if you are new to my channel, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours. Now, the national leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, Professor Banji Akintoye, has stated that suspected Fulani bandits have killed no fewer than 29,000 Yoruba people and continue to rape women and subject others to all sorts of atrocities. The national leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, Professor Banji Akintoye, has stated that suspected Fulani bandits killed no fewer than 29,000 Yoruba people and continue to rape women and subject others to all sorts of atrocities. Akintoye mentioned this in a press statement to the anniversary of the Yoruba Unity Day, stating that given the continued threat to life and destruction of farmlands, the only option left is to separate. He said, and I quote, "The only viable and sustainable answer to all this horrible situation is to separate our Yoruba nation from Nigeria and to establish our own country, where we shall be able to exercise our sovereignty to provide security for our land and people, and where we shall be able to run our economy decently in the way that we Yoruba know." Continuing, he said, in the rural areas of our homeland, where probably the majority of our people live, the Fulani people, who are determined to seize land for a homeland of their own, are daily killing our people, have killed a roughly estimated 29,000 of our people, are raping our women, kidnapping men, women, and children, extorting millions of naira in ransom for the kidnapped, destroying farms, food banks, and villages. That is the position of the Yoruba leader, or the leader of the self-determination group, Yoruba self-determination movement, the leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, Professor Banji Akintoye. What do you think about this, his assertion, the allegations he made? Is this allegation genuine in terms of the killing of 29,000 Yoruba people? Of course, although he didn't give any timeline. Is it since independence, or is it in recent time? He did not say. The statement he issued was not particular about the timeline. Is it a recent event, or these have been going on since 1960, when Nigeria got independent from Great Britain, or is a recent event. Perhaps it's a recent event he's talking about, because we know that this complaint about the killing by herders, alleged killing by herders, is also being reported in north-central Nigeria, it's being reported in southeast Nigeria, it is being reported in northwest Nigeria, and even in the northeast Nigeria. There is no place, it's not been an issue of discussion. There's no part of Nigeria where it is not a challenge. Only recently, an emir was killed somewhere in Sokoto, who was kidnapped. At the end of if you see the statement that was released by the people from his area, they also talk about the fact that it was herders that kidnapped the man, and they are now pleading even for the man's corpse to be returned back to them so that they can give him a decent burial. The man was killed even after millions was paid for ransom in Sokoto State. But what I'm saying is this the solution to the problem of Nigeria right now? That the only solution is to call for separation. Because ordinarily in other society, what you have is a people asking a question of, this is a question of law, and this is a law and order issue. If you say 29,000 were killed, Yorubas were killed, it means that's failure of law and order in the country. Does it mean that this law and order cannot be fixed? Does it mean that the people calling for separation, they believe that this law and order cannot be fixed? It cannot be fixed. The only silver bullet to solve this problem is to have Yoruba Nation. Is that the solution? And interestingly, he is making this call when a Yoruba person is the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In other words, what he is saying is that the President has failed to protect the Yorubas. If these figures were figures that emanated under the present administration, or if this figure had been that have been there since 2015, of course the President was the national leader of the APC, so he has been a staunch defender of the government since 2015, because he also helped to install Buhari administration. Is Akintoye is indirectly saying that he has failed in providing law and order even in Yoruba land, that they felt that government cannot be able to remedy the situation. Also note that Yorubas are also occupying top position in the security architecture. I think they have the Minister of the Chief of Army Staff, they have the Inspector General of Police, and so many other positions, including the DSS and all that. So they are in a position to, whatever is wrong with the law and order system in Nigeria, to be able to fix it before they leave office. And Professor Akintoye, by his statement, appears to don't believe that they can be able to fix it. As far as he is concerned, the solution is to separate the Yoruba nation from the Nigerian nation. That is what my reading of his statement. He doesn't have confidence that the Yoruba interest, the Yoruba nation, the Yoruba security can be assured under the Nigerian nation, even though this is a time when the Yorubas are at the top of the leadership chain in Nigeria and in all sectors of Nigeria. I saw somebody who made a comment saying that he should reach out to Tinubu if he has any issue about the state of the nation, instead of issuing that kind of statement. But the man belongs to a self-determination group, which it appears he founded. But that is the prism he was looking at the issue. He was talking about that the Fulani were also trying to grab land in their homeland. If you listen to that his statement, he was saying that they want to grab their land from their ancestral homeland, the Yoruba land. So all this to me is law and order issue. In a decent nation, Nigeria should be asking questions. Why are we having these challenges all over the country? And what can be done to resolve it? Is it irredeemable? Because as far as the self-determination Yoruba Nation group led by Professor Akintoye is concerned, it appears the whole thing is irredeemable. The only solution is for the Yoruba Nation to be extricated from Nigeria. Is that really the silver bullet? Because why I ask this is because why are we not hearing this type of issue in Ghana? What makes Nigeria a fertile ground where people are being expressed fear that their lands are being forcefully taken away from them, has been alleged in parts of Niger State, in many parts of north central Nigeria, in Plateau State, in northwest, several other places. People are scared in the rural community that their lands are being taken away from them by herdsmen, allegedly. Why is it that Nigeria provided an enabling environment where this can happen, and our leaders appears not to have solution to it? I think it's because of leadership failure that people like Akintoye is saying they can't take it anymore. I don't know what you think about this. What do you think is the solution to this protracted issue of land and who has access to it? Because ancestral land means a lot to people who dwell there. The indigenous land means a lot to the indigenes of that place. That's why United Nations has a special place for those who feel that they are being taken advantage of in their indigenous land by the state government, by the government of their country. They always have United Nations giving them listening ear. It means a lot. So how do we, in a nation like Nigeria, ensure that both the herders and the farmers can be able to cohabit in a country without anyone killing each other? There have been several solutions that have been provided, but our leaders don't want to implement them. Some of the solutions have been there. One of them is that a ban on open grazing, giving resources to the herders to establish ranches. These are the two key solutions to the problem. But our leaders keep prevaricating over this. Recently, President Bola Tinubu set up a committee led by Professor Jega, former INEC chairman, as a prelude to the start of the Ministry for Livestock Development, which Tinubu just established. When Jega submitted his committee's report, one of the things he said that open grazing will continue to go side by side with ranching. You see, that's where the problem lies. There has to be a deliberate phasing out of open grazing so that everyone who wants to go into animal husbandry will know ab initio that you have to do it through ranching, and government would now have to find if it is interest-free loan, if it is single-digit interest loan, or even set up a special bank, the Bank of Agriculture, whatever, to fund them, let them be given land in their state of origin so that they can establish ranches funded by government at no interest. If that will be fine. There are so many banks that are interest-free loan banks now that are springing up. Government can do that so that to resolve this matter once and for all. But once this matter is not resolved, people like Professor Akintoye will always have opportunity to use it to advance whatever cause, like separation, that they want to advance. That's the truth. The underlying problem is the issue of law and order. The federal government of Nigeria has failed in law and order. That is what I understand from what Professor Akintoye is talking about. Failure of law and order. The only thing is that he doesn't believe that there is a solution. He doesn't believe there is a day that will come when law and order in Nigeria will be able to stop the killings, the alleged killings. Therefore, he felt that the Yoruba Nation will be better off separated from Nigeria. I don't know what you think of this, but whatever is your view on this matter, let's hear from you at the comment section so that we can see what you think about people like Professor Akintoye and all others who are not happy with the way Nigeria is being run, especially the issue of law and order, and the issue of feeling of injustice, alienation, and what have you, to say no, they can't take it again in the Nigerian nation. Because Nigeria is a nation that if you allow the Yoruba Nation to pull off, as Akintoye is saying, I can bet you that others would like to pull off. But at the end of the day, Nigeria will become like Czechoslovakia, where almost about 6 or more countries were separated from out of Czechoslovakia. And today, Czechoslovakia is no longer in the map. It's been split into several countries. But Nigeria as a nation of over 200 million people, if Nigerian leaders can ensure justice, fairness, and equity, Nigeria is in a good position to put Africa in the map of the world as the first country from this continent to move from third world to first world. But that's the responsibility is on our leaders to ensure justice, fairness, and equity. When somebody is killed, those responsible must be held accountable, irrespective of whose us is God, irrespective of the perpetrators, so that everybody will be seen as equal. Nigeria continue on that part. I can tell you for free, this country will become a first world country in just a matter of a few years. But we first of all have to sort out the issue of our nationhood, issue of law and order, issue of justice, fairness, and equity, issue of born to rule. We must get away with that mentality. The issue that people from certain people can never rule, the issue that some lives doesn't matter, the issues of discrimination, the issue of stealing on some people. We know that there are the constitution. If you go by the constitution of Nigeria is provide a level playing ground on the surface. But we know that in a diverse nation like Nigeria, you need to do much more than that. Like I have said, we must include it in our constitution that no part of this country shall become president a second time if the rest of the 6 zones did not test the position. For example, we have 6 geopolitical zones. We must put it in our constitution that all the 6 geopolitical zones, the presidency must rotate among them. We can't leave this fundamental issue in the hands of politicians. We cannot leave it in the hands of politicians or political parties, in the hands of APC and PDP, in the hands of Labour Party. It must be written in black and white that the presidency must rotate, so that nobody will feel that it is his birthright. No zone will feel that it is his birthright to continue to perpetuate leadership in this country, even though the leadership they have perpetuated are leadership that have not solved any problem. Because if they have been effective leaders, because you can do discrimination. If your discrimination has achieved something positive, you can say, okay, the country is developing, even though one part of the country is still ruling it. But those who are enjoying this leadership have failed to develop the country. So there is a need, if we want to stop people like Professor Akintoye to stop making this kind of calls they are making, we must rotate the presidency, and it must be written in black and white in our constitution. So you can imagine Professor Akintoye making this claim at a time the Yorubas are on top of the leadership chain in Nigeria. So it now shows you what others are feeling about Nigeria who have never tested this power. So there's a need to get everybody along, and that can be done constitutionally. It should not be left to political parties. It must be written from this constitution onwards. The presidency must rotate, and that rotation of the presidency will start with the zone that has never tested the presidency. From there, it will go round. That is how you build a nation that will not have people like Akintoye talking about sitting from it. That's my take on this matter. Whatever is your position, you can also let us know about it. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.